time to watch some of my success stories. So today I'm going to share how I began in the car sharing space and how you can duplicate my success by following my steps. Okay. So once you join this live, I'd like you to smash the like button and also type yes, yes, yes somewhere in the comment section. What that's going to do is going to allow other people to come join the conversation and we can all learn together. First off, in case you don't know, I'm Carshierge founder, and I've been in the car sharing space going over 3 years now. I started the car sharing space just being excited about cars, excited about different model cars and new introductions that were coming to the space, and I wanted to experience them. But before I did, I took the time to listen to some of the reviews that some car enthusiasts were putting out. And I will tell you, it all began right here on YouTube, okay? Because I think YouTube is a great learning platform. Some people don't use it the way they should use it, but I think before you endeavor to do something, you need to learn about what it is that you're trying to do, right? And YouTube is an excellent way to do that. So I did my research, much like I'm trying to do right now, give back by sharing exactly how I was able to go from a regular person to having success on YouTube and also developed an app. So if you want to just listen to exactly these steps, it's going to help you realize some of your goals. And your goals, I know, may be short-term in nature, but if you follow these steps, you're going to be way ahead of some of the folks that are competing or don't realize what it is it takes to be successful in 2024 and beyond. And I will tell you, success is depending on what you make it, right? What is success? How do you define success? And if you're successful, how can you continue to ensure that you're successful? Because I will tell you right now, most people don't understand what it takes to maintain success. They don't understand that, and they don't care to. And do you blame them? Perhaps, okay? But I would like to let you know that when it comes to actually being successful, all it takes is taking that first step. What do you mean by taking that first step? It just means, hey, I want to be successful, but here are the things that I need to do to be successful, okay? That's what I mean by taking the first step. So on the next video, I'm going to be live again, but I'm going to share step 2. But before I do that, somebody just joined. Hey, go ahead and type yes, 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 and tell us where you're from. Because what we're doing right now in this live, we're going to be talking about the steps that I took to go from a nobody to a success in the car sharing space. And you can kind of replicate some of these successes by taking these steps, okay? So I'm going to wait for more people to join the live, and so we're going to continue to talk about the steps that I took to go from a nobody to somebody. What do I mean by go from a nobody to somebody? It means at some point, hey, Brian, appreciate you joining. Thanks for typing in where you're from. Also, when you say hello, I need you to tell me where you're coming from, because what I want to know is, see to what extent I can share these success strategies globally. Because again, let's face it, a lot of people are facing a lot of issues, right? They're facing issues and they don't understand what it takes for them to materialize and become the experts in their field, right? Or some people are looking to just start something afresh. They're looking to say, hey, look, I know things are difficult, but I'm looking to start something afresh. Okay. I know you retracted your message. Go ahead and tell us again. Tell us where you're from. If you join this live, I want you to type yes, yes, yes. Introduce yourself in the chat so I can know exactly where you guys are from, so I can know how to tailor the conversation. But in a nutshell, I've been car sharing for the better part of 3 years, okay? And I started car sharing out of something I learned watching a YouTube video, much like this. And what I learned was a lot of people love cars, and a lot of people want to experience cars. Just write that down. A lot of people like cars, and a lot of people want to experience cars. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean the only way you can experience cars is to go watch somebody else experiencing it, or do you want to be part of the conversation? Do you want to be part of what makes cars interesting, right? So that's what I thought when I said, hey, I want to experience cars, but I just don't want to experience them. I want to start owning cars, okay? And I'll tell you something about cars right now. And at some point, I will share something with you that I didn't want to talk about, but there's a lot of people right now in the car industry that are not realizing the potential for car sharing. By that I mean, you don't necessarily have to say, I want to be sharing cars to be part of the solution, right? You can also be part of the segment of society. Excuse me, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. You can also be the part of the segment of society that realize that cars are becoming a nuisance. Cars are becoming a nuisance, let's face it. Some people have cars, but they're spending so much money on these cars that they're not getting anything in return out of it. They're not getting anything in return, and for some reason they think that's the way you're going to materialize your goals. You're not going to materialize your goals if you don't do the analysis to realize exactly what it is you need to do. And I told you, again, step one, I realized that a lot of people love cars. Okay? And I said, okay, how am I going to experience the cars that I like? How am I going to experience it? Should I go buy them, or should I have the cars so other people can experience it while I enjoy it myself? So guess what I did? I chose the latter. So that means I went out and I acquired these cars that I like, and my whole goal was to allow other people to experience these cars that I like by me driving them. Okay? Now, some people go the other way around, where they say, well, I'm not going to experience the car. I'm going to go rent the car, maybe on a 30-day basis, maybe on a 60-day basis. Then I could use the car to make money while I experience it. So it's a catch-22 if you go on that route, because number one, you don't have it. Then I have another strategy where some people say, hey, I'm not going to acquire no cars, but I'm going to service people that want to experience certain cars by going into partnerships with other folks. When I go into partnership with other folks, it's going to allow me to then maybe share the profits that come from experiencing this car. So that's called the profit share model. So you can go the ride share model, where you just rent the cars for 30, 60 days increments, and you make money from them, and then you basically you're gone. Or you could go the acquisition strategy, like what I did, where you acquire the cars and then you experience the cars and you share the car in the process. Or you can go the latter route, which is you don't have the cars, you just lease the cars from the owners, and then you share the cars with interested parties. So these are the three strategies, but I chose the second strategy. So, but to enable me to get that second strategy, I had to make sure that I was ready. And what do I mean by getting ready? It means you have to have a platform, a vehicle, a mechanism to allow you to acquire vehicles. Do you have a business? If you don't, you probably should think about having a business, because that's how you're going to end up being in a position to acquire these cars. Okay? Having a business. The second thing I think you should be able to do is have a registered way to communicate with your potential customers. In other words, you can have a website. Okay? You can have a website that delivers the necessary information that people are going to utilize to reach out to you if they want to rent your vehicle. So this website is going to require you to probably go to, let me see, GoDaddy. That's one place you can go to. Go to GoDaddy. They give you a website, or you can go to a HostGator. Okay, HostGator, GoDaddy. There's a website also that's called host.com, and you can also do that. All right, B-Boo, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you joining. Where you from? Let us know where you're from, B-Boo. Yeah, I'm from Tampa, Florida. You know where that is? Okay. Let us know where you are from. And then Brian also, appreciate you joining. So like I was saying before, right? I chose from India. Good, good. India. So I would share a story about India later on because the app that I developed, I actually developed that app with some people from India. Okay. So it took me 6 months. And again, that's after I had already started sharing this vehicle. Oh, by the way, Bibu, if you haven't already done that, um, hit the like button. Okay, also subscribe to the channel. What that's gonna do is gonna allow more people to come in and they can join the conversation. So I chose that second strategy that I mentioned, and the reason I chose that was because I wanted to experience these cars. For example, I have this M4 competition, BMW M4. There's a carbon fiber seats, M4 belts, and I was able to experience the power of this car 2 years ago before it became the popular car that it is right now. A lot of people want to get this M4 competition. They've seen this car perform admirably on the sports circuit, the racing circuits. It's won a lot of championship. Um, for example, they just finished Nuremberg. Is gone to a whole bunch of other places. And one thing that I did as an enthusiast was I actually went out there and I went to events involving BMW, know how to drive the vehicles, have a lot of confidence and things of that nature. So that allowed me to understand exactly how to enjoy this kind of cars. Because again, some cars are very special, and you got to be in a situation to enjoy them because they're that special. So after you've set up your business, you also know you need to communicate with your customers. The next thing you're going to need to do is make sure you have the financing to acquire the vehicles. And you can get financing from different ways. You can either borrow money from a bank, or you could use the credit card strategy, or you can use what's called a line of credit. Either way, the objective of the finance is to be able to allow you to minimize your risk. A lot of people have saved up a lot of money, but me personally, I would rather finance a vehicle than buy it outright. And the reason for that is you are sharing the risk. Okay, you're sharing the risk with the finance company. You're not just going out there buying the car cash, which is great because then if your strategy is pretty good, then you can keep all the money for yourself. Okay, you can keep all the money, and you can also help motivate other people. All right. So I'm also hey, Memphis Bleaks World, what's going on, buddy? Where you from? Where you from? Just type where you from, and also type yes, 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 thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I like to see thumbs up. I like to see excited people. I've been sharing the story of how I started in the car sharing space and how you can replicate my success. I've gone through 3 tiers and series that you can utilize to get started. You can either be somebody that rents the vehicle 30 or 60 days at a time, then you make money from the vehicles while you experience it, or you can be somebody that says, hey, I want to own the vehicles myself, and if I own the vehicles, I can experience the vehicles a lot better while I share the vehicles and I'm making money in the process. Or you can be the third person that says, I don't want any risk with owning any vehicles, so I'm going to find my customers who are particularly interested in certain kinds of vehicles. Then I'm going to go into a partnership with other people that have the vehicles that I want, and I'm going to rent it out. Got it? Okay. So you got it, Daddy. Okay. Memphis Bleaks World. Okay. Memphis Bleaks. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So now we're explaining exactly what needs to be done when it comes to car sharing. We talked about you got to register a business. And after you register a business, the other thing you got to do is you got to find a mechanism to communicate with the customers, your potential customers. You can either go through a website. Again, I gave you 2 options. There's GoDaddy, there's HostGator. Those are the best ones to go with, right? They're very cheap, okay? Or you can also start a blog. And the reason a blog is important is you can utilize blogs to share the information with your potential customers and clients. So blogs are important in that regard. And then the other information that I was talking about before we took a little break is that the finance piece. You can either buy the cars outright or you can finance the cars. And I recommend you finance the cars because you're sharing the risk. Okay? You're sharing the risk and you're not deploying a lot of your resources at once. But you're probably going to need the same resources to buy some things that you're going to utilize to clean the cars. But that's the other part. You have to be able to service the cars, you have to be able to clean the cars, and the cars have to be ready when the customers basically want the car, right? So, financing, budget, okay? The budget itself, hey, what's going on? I don't think you're from North Korea, but if you're from Korea, good for you, but okay? You guys have internet in North Korea? Some of the stuff I see you writing look like it's Japanese. That don't look like Hangul. So don't lie. You don't know nothing about the Korean Peninsula. They don't write like that. That stuff you wrote on there looks like Japanese. Okay, so you're not from North Korea. Don't quit lying. You're probably from Japan. I don't think you're from North Korea. That's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, because your lettering doesn't look like that. It's the lettering that I see right there. It doesn't look like a Korean lettering. It looks more like a Japanese lettering. So that's how I cut you. Now you're not risking your life. You're lying to yourself. Okay. Okay. So if you understand exactly what I was talking about starting a car sharing space. Oh, by the way, I needed to hit the like button right now. I need to hit the like button so we know that you're liking this content, because I'm going to deliver more of this content as we continue the conversation, and it's going to allow more people to come in. But like I was saying, the next thing you got to do is do a budget. Okay? You got to do a budget. And to do a budget, you got to explore the revenue opportunities, right? The revenue opportunities. For example, if you wanted to make $1,000 a month from car sharing, how much would you have to price the car? That's the first step you got to look at. Then you got to think, well, what is it going to cost me to maintain the car within that month? All right. So when you take the price, volume, which is how many times do you think the car is going to go up per month to give you the volume, minus the expenses, then you're going to see how you may be left with $1,000 net. That means you've paid all the expenses, okay? And sometimes think of it this way: don't pay yourself initially. A lot of people are going to say, well, I need you to pay myself, yada, yada, yada. No, don't pay yourself first. Don't pay yourself for 6 to 8 months. All right? Do not pay yourself. Don't make that mistake of saying, oh, I'm making money now, I'm going to pay myself. No. You need all that money reinvested in the business. And you need to save about 20 to 40% of the net profits that you're getting. You need to save it. The reason you need to save it, you need an emergency fund for when unprogrammed repairs are going to materialize. Things are going to come up, and you don't want to be in a situation where you don't have the money to repair your car. All right? You don't want to be in that situation, trust me. So, I've given you these techniques. Now, what I want you to do in the chat somewhere, I need you to tell us somewhere in the chat, how much do you want to make from a car sharing business? Type it up, because what I want to show you now is how to manifest what it is you want. I want to make X amount of dollars in car sharing. Type it in the chat real quick. I want to make $10,000 in car sharing. I want to make $20,000 in car sharing. I want to make, think big. I want you to think really big. I want you to be massive in your thought process. Okay? I want you to think big, and you got to be massive in your thought process. And you don't have to own any of these cars. Don't think you have to own these cars. I've spoken about financing to leverage the risk, but you don't have to own these cars. So if you say, hey, I want to make $20,000 per month, then you got to backtrack. Well, what kind of cars do I need to get to make $20,000 per month? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the link to the ebook somewhere in the description below. And I need you to click that link, go download that ebook. It's only $9.99. That ebook is going to explain in further detail the steps that I've been talking about. Okay? Until then, I need you guys to say thank you, and I'm going to speak Hangul to you, my friend. Annyeonghaseyo. Annyeonghaseyo. Okay? That is Hangul. That's how I knew you were not where you said you were, because I kind of know about that culture. All right, guys. Appreciate you joining the live. Again, check out the link to the ebook. Download that ebook for just $9.99, and it's going to give you more additional steps that I know you can follow. Until next time, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next live.